Emptiness is the consciousness of the need to create fulfillment, and thus of the motivation to create fulfillment and of the uncertainty, or potential uncertainty, as to how to create fulfillment. Some 15 billion years ago, the earliest manifestation of our physical universe came into existence. What are time and space, and how did time and space emerge from the universe's initial state of emptiness? This is Session 2, Perception, in a course titled Evolution of Consciousness, and that is central to a larger view, Evolution of Consciousness Theory. In this session, we set forth into the universe's first major period of evolutionary advance, emergence, and explore the mechanism through which the universe's internal and external becoming took place. It is a stage in creation that spans the first milliseconds of existence, a time when the laws of physics as we presently understand them have yet to come into play. Countless evolutionary advances have shaped the consciousness we associate with life. In our normal experience, we associate this consciousness with a discrete organic body, with sensitivity to surroundings, and, in the case of human awareness, with an ability to reflect, with the capacity to converse with ourselves as we ponder and contemplate the world. Similarly, even though there are many concepts of God, most who accept the existence of a divine entity believe that God's awareness is, in some way, greater than our own. The forms of consciousness we know today, divine, or otherwise, are further removed from that which we propose as the universe's state of origin, than, in terms of complexity, the human brain is removed from the subatomic particle. We relied on our personal experience of emptiness to help us derive a definition of that state, a technique we will use to help us understand other ideas as well. But for us to apply that definition, for us to picture the universe as emptiness, as an awareness not associated with a physical body, as an awareness more primitive, more elementary, more fundamental than any we know firsthand, we must distance ourselves from our experience. Let us conceptualize the universe's initial state of awareness, in an abstract way, as a mathematical property. We can go so far as to assign this property a value, the number 1, for example. The universe's initial level of awareness, or base consciousness. With the idea of base consciousness introduced, we move beyond the concept of emptiness, and set forth in the direction that will make it possible for us to put it to use. To reach the point where we can do so, we need to introduce 3 related ideas, the central notions that, along with emptiness, form the foundation on which we will construct our account of creation. They are 1. Fulfillment, 2. Object, and 3. The idea that unites these concepts with that of emptiness, and allows us to bridge the gap between external and internal perception. There are many ideas of fulfillment, but they share a common theme. The notion of fulfillment brings to mind a state of contentment. Some may describe this state as bliss, others may describe it as mystical perfection, or as oneness with God or the cosmos. Most of us think of it in terms that are more down to earth. At times we all feel that life is as we want it to be. We all have those moments, rare and fleeting though they are, where everything is where it belongs. Formally defined, fulfillment is the consciousness of needs, satisfaction. Absent a want, motivation, and uncertainty. The concept of object is easily understood by way of examples. If we feel the need for something, say to own a car, the object of our need is, simply, the car. If we feel ignorance, or the need to understand, the object of our need is understanding. If we feel loneliness, or the need for companionship, the object of our need is a companion. Object is the thing we want. It is that which, when we obtain it, allows for the fulfillment of our need. When acquired, object makes possible the transformation of the experience of emptiness into the experience of fulfillment. In order to fulfill a need, however, it is not enough to know what the object of need is, and that it exists. We must perceive it to be our own. If we feel the need to own a car, it is only after we buy the car, and are handed the keys, that we may perceive the object of our need, the car, as our own, and experience the fulfillment of our need. If we feel ignorance, or the need to understand, it is only after we achieve the desired knowledge, say completed the college course, that we may perceive the object of our need, understanding, as our own, and experience the fulfillment of our need. If we feel loneliness, or the need for companionship, it is only after we befriend another, that we may perceive the object of our need, a companion, as our own, and experience the fulfillment of our need. Perception denotes movement, the act of perceiving the object of our need to be our own. By way of this action, by way of this movement, we transform the experience of emptiness into the experience of fulfillment. Emptiness and fulfillment are states of awareness. They are static, they are the consciousness of a certain state of being. Object is a discrete entity in some way removed, or taken to be removed, that when obtained fulfills a need. Perception denotes movement, the act of perceiving the object of need to be our own. As abstract as they are, the concepts of emptiness, fulfillment, object, and perception make it possible for us to work with the idea of consciousness in its initial, simplest state. If, at the point of its origin, the universe existed in a state of emptiness, and if our notions of emptiness, fulfillment, object, and perception are correct, the universe's evolution could have begun in only one way. At the beginning, the universe felt the need to create fulfillment. Associated with the universe's need was the object of that need. That object could take only one form, the only form available, the form that, in the fundamental sense, denotes fulfillment. The universe turned in on itself, and grasped itself in its own awareness. The universe took itself as its own, as an entity of consciousness within itself. The universe perceived itself as the object of its need. Perception is action, and action manifests in, or more correctly, is, time and space. Through what form other than time and space can action exist as, or reveal itself through? We can think of the external, time and space, as the movement of the internal, consciousness. And, if this is true, what would the external expression, or manifestation, of the universe's original act of perception, have looked like? If perception denotes movement, and movement is driven by need, we can picture the external construct that resulted, as uniform energy that existed as all space. To reiterate, Step 1, the universe existed in a state of emptiness. We can think of this state as a mathematical property, as the universe's initial, or base, level of consciousness. Step 2, motivated by emptiness, or the need to create fulfillment, the universe turned in on itself, and grasped itself in its own awareness. The universe perceived itself as the object of its need. As it did, its action manifested in an external construct that we can crudely visualize as uniform energy that existed as all space. Now, for the third and final step, in what we will define as the universe's initial creative cycle. With the perception of itself as object, the universe's need to create fulfillment stood realized. The universe's consciousness of emptiness became the universe's consciousness of fulfillment. But such is not the attainment of perfection that it may appear, for no sooner had fulfillment begun than it ended. Fulfillment results from perception of object. Perception is driven by need. With fulfillment, need and perception ended. The universe's external manifestation snapped out of existence. The first click of time had passed. Emptiness returned and felt more empty. The universe no longer existed at its base level of awareness. The universe's need to create fulfillment drove the creation of fulfillment, which led to a greater awareness, to a greater consciousness, of the need for fulfillment. The creative cycle. Given our definitions of emptiness, fulfillment, object, and perception, must not the creative cycle follow? Could the universe's initial manifestation of time and space have taken place in any other way? Could there exist a less complex expression of the external, of time and space? With our introduction to the universe's initial act of becoming, we complete session 2, in our course titled Evolution of Consciousness. We have established the background to build on the idea of the creative cycle, and further our unification, of the within, and the without. Our course titled Evolution of Consciousness, continues in session 3, Autocatalysis, and Uncertainty.